Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Math Ustadh. Today we're going to be carrying on with lesson 5, histograms. These are all the topics we covered. So we also covered percentage frequency, finding the percentage frequency using histograms. Okay, so that was the last topic we did in the last lesson. Have a look at that if you haven't done that already. So moving on to the new topic over here, or subtopic within the topic of histograms. Using histograms with no frequency density. So we got no y-axis whatsoever. So let's have a look at the question. The histogram shows the speeds in miles per hour, 82 cars on a road. So we know that all of these equate to 82 cars. 14 cars were traveling over 50 miles per hour. So we know everything that is past 50 miles equates to 14 cars. Okay, so that's good information. So we can use that to find out how much one car is. Calculate the estimate number of cars that were traveling between 42 and 49. Okay, so we don't have any y-axis or frequency density. What we really need to do is count the number of boxes. So what they have given us is this piece of information that can really make us work out what one car equates to. So we can find this by doing the total number of squares divided by 14, and that way we can find out how many squares one car represents. So let's have a look at this. Let me just try to zoom in over here. Okay, so we got approximately, let me just get my pointer. So if I just grab my pointer over here. Okay, so let's zoom in again. All right, the pointer doesn't work. Okay, so let's just count these boxes. Can't zoom in anymore. Okay, so we have approximately, in this space over here, we have around 25 boxes, because 5 squares over here and 5 squares over here. So if we just zoom out, we can write that we got 5. This region of boxes, so this region of boxes represents 25. Okay, so now we can, it makes things a bit more simpler. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So 7 times 25. 25 times 7. That should give us 35. Then we have 14 plus 3 is 17. So 175. So 75 squares, so 175 squares equates to 14 cars. Okay, so for us to find out how much one car is, we have to do 14 divided by 14. And likewise, on this side, we have to do 175 divided by 14. Okay, so let's do that on our calculator. 175 divided by 14. So one car represents 12.5 boxes, okay? So we can say that 12.5 squares or boxes represents one car. So that's good information. Now we need to find out how many squares we got between 42 and 49, okay? So let's have a look at this. 42 is over here. Can't really see, quite hard to see the boxes if you look over here. There's 5 boxes across. 42 is where the 2 is, so there's 3 along this way and there's 5 along that way. So you can say there are 15 in each square. So if we go back, we can say from here all the way to here, there are around 15. Okay, so we can do this, and this. Just work our way up. So they're around, how many 15s? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so 15 times 9, we get 45. 9, 13, so 135. This region 135 squares, and it was from 42 to 49. 49 is just over here, all of this region. So we know this is 4 times 5 is, so this is 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140. So this is 140. So 135 plus 140, just write a different color because we run out of space. So we do 135 plus 140 gives the following. So 572. That's how many squares we have. So we need to divide it by 12.5 to find out how many cars there are. So 275 divided by 12.5 will give us a number of cars, which is 275 divided by 12.5. That gives us 22 cars. The answer to our question over here is 22 cars are in the region of 42 to 49 miles per hour. And it's really important that we write the answer in our answer line over here. So 22 cars. So let me just rewrite this again. Go ahead. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is have a go at this independent task. Give yourself 5 minutes or a bit more if you need to. Yeah, if you need more than 5 minutes, maybe 7 to 10 minutes, do that. Just make sure you get this question done. And once you've done that, then just we can go through the answer. So assuming that you have paused the question for 5 to 10 minutes, let's go through the answer. Okay, so it says the histogram shows the weights in kilograms of 504 athletes. So we know that all of this is 504 athletes. There are 45 athletes that weigh under 60 kilograms. So the area of these two bars is 45 athletes. Calculate an estimate of the number of athletes between 70 to 95 kilo. So 70 to 95. So this is a bit more, not much more easier, but slightly more trickier. Okay, actually it's very similar, but it just, we have a half a square that we need to take into consideration. Okay, so first and foremost, we can find out how many athletes, how many squares is one athlete. So we can do this. We'll find the area of this. So we got this, we got this box over here is 25 plus 5, that's 30 boxes, and this itself is 20. So 30 plus 20 is 50. So we got 50 divided by 45. Let's do this on calculator. 50 divided by 45, we get the following. 1.11. Let me just double count this. Okay, so it's 20. Sorry, that's 25 plus 25. Okay, that's completely wrong. That's not right. Sorry. So this over here is 25 plus 25. That's 50. 50 plus 5 is 55. That's really much, a lot off the chart. Okay, and that itself is 20. So 75. Apologies. So 75 divided by 45. So 75 divided by 45 gives us the following. Yep, that looks correct. We can write this in terms of 5 over 3. Yeah, let's keep it as 5 over 3 equals to 5 over 3. So 5 thirds equate to one athlete. Yeah. So we got that. Now we need to calculate how many boxes, squares we have. How many squares we have over here between 70 and 95. Okay, so this is, how many squares are these? We just count this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 times 25. Let's do that. 12 times 25. That gives us 300. So we know that there are 300 squares in this region over here. And again, in this region, it's a bit more complicated. So it's 5, 5, 5. Let's calculate the half, because as you can see, there's a half. There's half of squares over here, which makes it slightly more confusing, but it's not a big deal. What we can do is quite simple. We can do 2.5 squares times 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 40, 42. 42. So 42 times 2.5. And we should get that as 105. So this region over here is 105. Okay, I think I made another mistake here. Making loads of mistakes. So that's why we have to be careful when it comes to questions, okay? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I think I was supposed to write 300. Okay, I wrote 30 instead. Okay, so the overall amount of squares that we have here is 405. Okay, 405. We divide this by 5/3. Okay, so we will do that. 405. If you have a decimal number, it's best to just use a fraction form and divide it. Otherwise, you're going to get more accurate in that sense. Or if you're using the decimal number, you're rounding up to two decimal points, you're not going to get as accurate as you would if you use a fraction version of that decimal. Okay, so let's do 405 divided by, put brackets around this, 5/3. Okay, so let's enter. Okay, so 243. Okay, so 243 athletes. 243 athletes are within the region of 70 and 95 kilos. Okay, it can get a bit complicated, but don't just give up by looking at the questions. Use what you know, write down what you know, and start from there, inshallah. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.